Hi guys, we are opening this channel to talk about the Bible. We are fairly new to it. We've read it before and we talked about it before. It's about the New Testament specifically at the moment. Would like to make videos about each verse and to talk more about it and interpret it, and basically get your interpretation on it and learn more about it together. We're gonna start about the from the beginning where Jesus came from, the first verse of Matthew, and it's gonna start the book of generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David and the son of Abraham. You want to take it from here?
Yeah, I just want to say we don't know anything about a lot of this as far as compared to theologians and the experts and people who spend a lot of time taking notes, comparing notes on the internet. We're kind of just learning as we go. So take
Yeah,
that with a grain of salt. We're no theologians when it comes to this. But I'm sure that's the narrative with possibly many of the people who would maybe watch this. Also, not experts, but it's nice to grow and to learn with people who may not know.
exactly. So we'll start this. We really don't know how to start with. It's just the beginning with us, and if you can help us out in a way to do this better, it would be awesome. Uh, but as the first video, we'll probably start it this way. We're gonna talk about some of the sentences out of the verses, and we'll try to interpret it together. And then basically,
Yeah, so now this first part, if anybody's a little bit familiar with any version of the Bible, some of it can be pretty flat. So we're not really going to bore you by reading the whole beginning, but we hope to put it up on the video. You can read at least the first part at your own pace.
anyway, uh, yes, I think it'd be a good idea, but at the same time, in a way, if we talk about it and interpret it as we go, I think it's the best idea to do. So let me just start doing it, and we'll see how it goes. The Book of Generations of Jesus Christ, the son of David and the son of Abraham. Specifically in the beginning, we know that from the experience that we read and that we know that Abraham was Jesus' father. Not specifically his father, but as it states that he took care of him. Um, and we know now from what we read that the lineage came from David in the beginning, which is kind of pretty interesting to see. So Abraham begat Isaac, Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren. Judas begat Phares and Zerah of Tamar, and Phares begat Esrom, and Esrom begat Aram. Aram begat Aminadab, and Aminadab begat Nason, and Nason begat Salmon.
Salmon begat Booz of Recep. As you can see, we're not good with pronunciations, but and Booz begat Obed of Ruth, and Obed begat Jesse. Jesse begat David, the king, famous King David, and he begat the king Solomon. Of her that had been written the wife of Urias. And Solomon begat Robam, Robam begat Abia, and Abia begat Asa.
Okay, so from reading this, I, to be honest with you, I don't know much about the Old Testament, but I didn't know that Solomon is actually, I guess, related to David at all. Uh,
Yeah, he's so I guess a little bit more context. Solomon, the son of King David, who is also rumored to be the author of the book of Ecclesiastes, which is
mm,
an Old Testament book. But yeah, they're related. Wise
yeah,
king after wise king, back to back.
yeah, I did not know that. Uh, so as we go, to be honest with you, it goes till Jeconias and his brethren, and about that time they were carried away to Babylon. So from what we see here, they're basically at that time in Babylon, and after they were brought to Babylon, uh, Jeconias begat Salathiel, and Salathiel begat Zorobabel. I guess Babel from Babylon over here. And it goes all the way um, to Jacob begat Joseph, the husband and of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. So it's pretty interesting to see that it all came. There's like before when I used to be a kid, I didn't know much about it. I just assumed Joseph and Mary, and here's Jesus. Um, I didn't even know that it was from the same family of David before, and
I mean, it's not just David, lad. It, it's like it can be traced name by name by name, all the way to Abraham, and from Abraham, as you know, we had the whole one of like the great prophets of, I guess, even the entirety of the Judeo-Christian tradition. So it's both. It's true for all the main religions, for the Jewish tradition as well as the Islamic tradition. Abraham still stands as, I guess, the main starter, the fire starter, where he had his enlightenment from God. And likewise with Isaac, they all recognize. I mean, it's called the Abrahamic tradition for a reason, but I guess in this sense, it really shows you that it can be traced back name by name by name. And that's what they used to do, I guess, too, in the old days. Everybody will write down where they came from. So,
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. It is pretty interesting to see, and you are correct on that. So let's continue with the last 117 that says, so all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations, and from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations, and from the carrying away into Babylon unto Christ are 14 generations. So if you can see, there's 14, 14, 14 generations here. I don't know if that number will be carried away. I don't know if I'm foreshadowing here. To be honest, I don't know. I don't have that much knowledge. But yeah, in the beginning, I noticed I said that Abraham was the father of Jesus, and I was clearly mistaken after I read Joseph. So sorry for that, everyone. But yeah, what do you think? The 14 generation thing.
I don't know. There's always been a big play, and as far as numbers go, um, numbers are a big thing, but I don't ever remember recalling that 14 was a significant one. But I guess it is here. Yeah, they split all the major like characters in almost generations into 14. I mean, from Abraham to David is 14. Then David into Babylon, which Babylon plays a significant role because from David to Babylon, it's like David was the peak of um, of Israel. He was the peak king. He was like
Mm.
Israel in their prime, as you can say. And then to Babylon, it's like the opposite of that when they're now are like down bad. And then from Babylon all the way to Christ is another 14. So it's like from the start, to their peak, from their peak to their downfall, and then I guess Christ would be considered the redeemer. So from the down bad, the redemption, but redemption in a way that you wouldn't expect, in a sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's an interesting interpretation. Yeah. I mean, yeah. What do you guys think about this? Do you interpret it this way? Do you have any other ideas on what the 14 generations mean? To be honest with you, I have no clear idea, but my friend here said it was a pretty interesting idea to I guess
I mean,
maybe
there's
get
also a
back to it.
follow up one, I guess. Many people will also wonder, it's like, hey, what were the 14 generations after Christ? 'Cause, I mean, technically, we could, in a way, map it out, you know? Knows. I'm not much of a historian, so I couldn't tell you. So, what's 14 generation? What's a generation even? Is that like 100 years? So
To be
what
honest with
happened in 14?
I think generation. Well, I've thought about it before. I can say that 100 might be a number, but also you can say a generation from like a kid to his father can be like 30 years. So I mean, from here, what we can see, there's 14 generations, and if you can see that this person brought this person, so I might be interpreting it as basically 30
True. And then
years
also,
or maybe
these
20
people
back
had,
then.
I'm sure some of these generations had siblings, but they only take like a significant character out of that family. So, really hard to say, but as far as we understand, maybe something did or didn't for these 14 new generations. Or the thing is, I don't know, but it just
Well, the fourth,
raises questions.
it does, but I mean, we know that Jesus obviously didn't have children, and some people say that he had brothers and sisters, but a lot of people, other people
Well,
say
not
no.
not to the significance of like there being like a biological anything in relation. It could also mean something more abstract, like in many ways, I guess you could say the church is sort of like the churches or the church, uh, the next generation, or maybe the church had a significant role 14 generations down the line. I guess you could also see it that way, you know?
Okay, okay, or maybe like figures like Paul or like someone.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
like
the
the
apostle.
Pope, something, yeah, yeah, or even us, like generations of like believers or whatever, 14 generations later, maybe something significant. You know what I'm saying? So
That's an
definitely
interesting thought.
raises raises questions.
Yeah, no,
Maybe somebody can answer them.
yeah. Um, but yeah, that was the genealogy or the generations after before Jesus Christ, and as my friend said, what happened after. Um, but yeah, let us know if you have any other thoughts or if you think our thoughts were incorrect or if you can help us out in any way. It would be appreciated. And if you can help us out in any way of how to do this video format, it would be also appreciated. Thank you for watching.